I'm a little round the way. Easy. Now for real. Now for real. La 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 la. Now for real. Thank you, Lord. I'm in love with you, dog. You know that, right? That I'm in love with you. No, I'm asking you a fucking question. Do you know that I'm in love with you, dog? What do you think, guys? Do you think my dog knows that I'm in love with her fuck ass? I'm totally in love with her. Fuck. Fucking death. Fucking dog. I was only wondering how many of you were upset. That's all. Well, how many of you were upset? How many of you were upset that I was making fun of that one guy? Huh? How many were so upset they start calling people out of their character? Saludos, mi compañero! Someone once asked me what I thought of when I thought of California. Well, there you go. I was just doing the live because I wanted to know where those people were that were upset because I was making fun of the one guy. You know, the one guy that he got locked up and he said he joined a prison gang because he wanted a gangbang in jail. That guy. So I was just checking on the people that get upset at me for doing these things. You know, I'm open to questions. I'm open to having a conversation with those people that got upset because of what Dave had said, or what Dave in his mind has noticed. Which is what, Dave? How people like speaking on going to prison like they think it's some cool shit to talk about. How they talk about the things that happen in prison. You know, how they talk about extorting people in prison, but they want you to change as a person. But it's okay if you extort someone, just as long as that person you're extorting happens to be a low enough individual. What am I talking about? I'm talking about people that extort people and they go, it's okay because this person is this kind of a person. So it's okay that I extort them. You shouldn't be upset that this person is getting extorted. No. They see another dog. I must control them. I don't want them to act weird. I gotta try to get on top of that. I have to be responsible when it comes to this. Not letting the dogs go wild. Anyways, the extorting thing, as long as it's okay. And what do I mean by okay? Well, some people feel that you can extort certain kinds of people. Or assault them. They call it vigilantism. It's still a crime nonetheless. If you do one of these things inside of the jail system, inside of the prison system, it's still felonious behavior. Because there's a system in place. Holy shit, is my son gonna eat? That's a good question, man. Entrance, you fucking idiot. Did they fuck something up? Look, you got another different vest on, Tex? Texas raised. No, it's fine. I know that individual. Well, so, I was wondering these questions in my brain. I was like, wow, people got a little upset that I talk about this fool like that. So I thought I'd open up the live. Oh. Excuse me. Sorry, chat. How they haven't grown up. Hey, what's good, local? Prison is for the cold-hearted. I wouldn't look forward to going in. Hello, MT. Let's make you a moderator. There you go. Now you can have a blue name. MT. Uh-oh! Hey! Why is your name not? Yeah. Sorry. Wrong person. Sorry, Bosky. I'm removing you. You are no longer a moderator of this channel. Not because you said, hopefully I'm going back to Mexico. Just because I don't like it when children moderate the channel, That's a bad thing. You fucking kids need to get in school, read a book. Get off of YouTube. Get off of YouTube. So yeah, I was starting the live. I was wondering who wanted to talk about the shorts that I did. This guy, he sensationalizes his experience in prison. And he claimed to want to join a prison gang because he wanted to cause damage. And I know people like that were actually like that. I actually knew 3 people like that. 2 of them ended on a maximum security facility for life. Like, they ended up there because they were really wanting to crash their head, right? Because I know that there's people like that. I don't know anybody to claim to be that and make it home unless they're a fucking cop. Yeah, all the old heads know this shit. You got a homeboy that acts like if you didn't know him growing up and know that he or she is dealing with real pain, the majority of the time they have that flamboyance, that arrogance, is because they are either an informant or an actual cop, or both. How are you both, Dave? Well, maybe not both. I think of the movie, what's the name of that movie, man? I think of the movie Departed, right? Where the one guy went through the cold training and his families are criminals, but he went through the police training, and the police captain goes, look, I don't want you to be a cop anymore. I want you to lose the cop shit, right? We're going to put you in jail. You're going to cycle in and then cycle back out for credibility. And then you're going to link in with the criminal organization and you're going to tell me what's going on with that organization. They were letting you know, and that's based on a true story. They're letting you know what they do. The cops. The ones that are brave and do crazy ass shit and slap people in the bar. No, pay attention to what that cop did. Whereas the other criminal that actually was the cop, he was walking on his P's and Q's. He didn't act like the one cop that would just spark off and, the one that was criminalizing and then pretending to be a criminal, but the whole time he was a snitch, he was an informant. Then one of his partners got shot within that organization. And what happened? That partner that got shot, that was dying on the couch at the end of that movie, he too was a cop from a different organization, a different police organization. But he was indeed a cop, committing felonies so that he could get in good. All right? So when I hear people like that, talk like that, about how they did this and that, and the game is like this, and woo, 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 I think police. I'm sorry. I think police. That's what I think. I think, man, that motherfucker is the cops, man. Who the fuck wants to join a prison gang just to join a prison gang and then be able to get home and talk about it? Everybody that I know that got in a prison gang and did damage, they didn't never go home. Never. I'm talking about the real ones that's doing the criminality. Them niggas never got home. What happened, Mule? They fucked up your order or what? Hey, stop that. Do I want that? What kind of lo mein? Fucking A, I want that, son. Fucking A. God damn it, it's your birthday and you're giving me the gift. That's right, because I made you and I gave you life. Yes. And now she smells who you are and she's like, oh, my bad. You saved my life. You saved my life. I remember you. You saved my life. You remember him now? Now you don't bark in that day, Crocky boy? Here, back up. All right, man, do your meal. I love you. Now, for real. I made you. That's the SON. For real, square biz. See? No, so Not talking about he's not a detective, right? He's not a detective because he's no longer attached to the police force, but he is a cop, being that he knew what had to be done, right? Why did him losing him being a cop needed to be done? Because motherfuckers were doing checks. Remember in that movie where the guy had the motherfucker on the inside, the criminal, the real criminal, had the motherfucker, and even that criminal, the one that's running all that havoc, even that criminal was an informant. That whole movie, think about it, all those fucking criminals were fucking snitches. All of them. All the way from the big head criminal all the way down to the low one. They were all fucking snitches. That's letting you know something, that it's a control game to control us. That's why I don't never trust nobody that does that shit. He wears that shit. Like, he's so gung-ho. Like, if he had a kid that got molested, or if he was a kid that got molested, he's all about that. And I don't take up for them niggas, man. The motherfuckers that do shit to kids, I don't take up for them niggas. I just know the game goes deep. Epstein, P. Diddy. The game is deep. The shit that you buy, the shit that you buy on a daily basis is run by these motherfuckers that go to those places. Like the one bitch that worked for BlackRock. I forgot her name. It was a white girl. They were trying to investigate her. A small group of YouTube motherfuckers went after actually a motherfucker. They went after one, a bigwig, a motherfucker that got control of shit. They went after her. It was a woman. They went after her, and you know what happened? They got shut down by lawyers and cops. Shut them down. So that's why I'm just like, okay, that's cool. You want to go after the simple motherfuckers, the simple, easy pickings, right? They're easy pickings. The motherfuckers that ain't rich and they still fuck with that kind of shit, right? That's the shit to give the masses, the motherfuckers that ain't into that shit. That's the shit they give us to play on our heartstrings. And that's what I see that fool do. And he admits to being a fucking, he admits to making motherfuckers hold his pocket in prison. That's still that's fucking a sexual predator ass shit, fool. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, bro. You are sexually predatoring. You are human trafficking. Even though that bitch ass motherfucker got sent up for fucking with kids. And you say, oh, that's okay. I'm a human traffic. That fool. Because he's shunned by society for his action. You know what I'm saying? I just peeped the little maneuvers that motherfuckers make, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you making these kind of moves. Why? Why are you making these kind of moves? Because you're trying to play niggas, man. Why can't you just go off the strength of who you are and what you are? You know what I'm saying? And then even that, there's shit that you don't talk about, fool. Like prison. You don't put motherfuckers down. You don't speak anything about what goes on and how it goes on in prison, because you fucking up the game. You're gonna fuck up the game for the next man that's trying to do the same thing. You dry snitching. You're telling how this shit is moving, which is gonna do what? It's gonna get motherfuckers busted, man. Whenever you say, oh shit, let me talk to you, Mr. Officer. You know what you got the right to do? You got the right to be like, I don't got nothing to say. I didn't see shit. I didn't see nothing. But you know this bitch ass motherfucker is recording you, dog? You know he's recording you. And you're like, well, I seen whoop, 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 and then this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened. But I don't want to give you any evidence. You just did. On the camera. And you play that I'm a tough guy role. Oh, I don't want to snitch. Nigga, you just snitched. So that's why I'm doing this live right now for all the motherfuckers that got mad because I talked about your homeboy. You know, because I see him for what he is. Alright? The police. In one way or another, fool. And it'll come out even more. it's gonna come out even more. Why? Because that's just the way that ball rolls, homie. That's just the way the ball is gonna tumble down the hill. Just like that. It ain't gonna switch up, man. It's not gonna change. The world puts situations in your life. You know what I'm saying? And then it's up to you to make a decision on, am I gonna fuck around or am I not? How does this play specifically towards me? The whole video that I broke down, right? About your homeboy, right? The white dude named JD, the one that joined the gang in prison because he wanted to gang bang. And he made it home to talk about it. Where I'm from, we call them motherfuckers crash dummies, fool. You joining something inside of here just because you want to bust heads open? And that's the shit you're selling? And motherfuckers are buying it. They buying it so hard that when I make a video breaking down how this fool is the law and trying to play like he's not the law, motherfuckers jump down my throat and, oh, only this kind of person hates him. Man, I don't give a fuck about that fool, man. Honestly. I'm just really making fun of the dude because I think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what that motherfucker spits or how he spits it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me sad that my fellow humanoids are being led down that path. You know what I'm saying? Me, I get it, man. You know, you want somebody to hate. You need somebody to hate. I feel you. The majority of people need and want somebody to hate, and I get it. Right? That's that tribalistic shit that's in us. Whether you see it or you don't see it. It's that tribe shit where you want to hate something. You know? And they do these things so that you will end up hating somebody. Like what? Like mass hypnosis. Mass subliminal. What about the motherfuckers that catch those hypnotizing things and they go and do those things? You wouldn't believe that. If I told you that's the reason why in The Lion King you can see the word sex. Everybody saw that. Or the majority of us has seen that video where they broke it down where in The Lion King, the smoke that came up during one of those scenes had the word sex in it. Okay? They say that was a mass hypnotic trance state that they're trying to put children in. And you got to remember that parents watch that shit with their children. Grown people watched that show. And all I'm saying is that's an example of how they can fuck your head up. The weak ones. They can fuck your head up, man. So that they can play this game of don't look behind the curtain at the motherfuckers really pulling the strings. Look at each other. Right? And then when one of you fuck up, or have you ever been in a situation where somebody was actually lying on someone about an SA? There was actually a lie involved. Because why? They wanted to twist somebody up. It happens, man. You know, that's why they wait till you do it 100 fucking times before they bust you. Because we got to know that it's for real. So anyways, I just think it's funny, man, that this motherfucker, stocky like Rocky, you know, talks down on people. And I get it, you know, they're fucking, the majority of them that he tries to attack or talk down about are people that do shit to kids, you know. But I won't extort anybody for any reason, regardless of whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, man, and I get it. Maybe I don't hate hard enough, right? I won't hate hard enough because I don't want to. It's easy to get into that vibration. You know, you got to remember when you do shit like that, it'll take hold of you. Why don't we do that? Why, as a society, being that we hate these kinds of things, why don't we make that a legal sentencing guideline? You will be reprimanded to confinement. And while being confined, we're going to make it legal for you to get extorted while you're in there. Okay? And you'll be SA'd as well. And at the end of your stay, we're going to burn you. So that way no one will ever want to approach you like that again. They don't do it in Mass A. They won't show you out right. They let us do it. They throw them to the tribes. They throw them to the ones that will, and even then it's like, all right, look, our agents that are implanted in these units, we're going to send this guy to that unit, and our agent is going to deal out more pain while giving our agent credibility. Because everybody hates a fucking child molester. We'll send that bitch over here to where Agent 491-811 is. He'll extort him and sell his body out, right, to pleasure other inmates. And our agent will gather more street cred. How come no one can see that? Why am I the only one that sees that? Is their chess game too strategic for you guys? Man, you got to peep that shit, man. It's a way to make you hate. What would you have us do, Dave? Start voting in people that will do these things. I don't know. Don't break the law, though. It's still illegal to fucking do that kind of shit to them. It's illegal. We're gonna send you in for a sexual assault conviction. Okay? You're gonna gather intel on who are the ones that extort. All right? And we're gonna match those names with the names that we've put in there, and we'll see what's going on. Why not that way? It's all a fucking game, dude. They have resources and they have crash dummies that will go and crash for them. They'll go and crash for them. The whole while killing your vibration of love, the love vibration, through pain and agony. They say we're in a matrix. They're starting to prove it. And right as we prove it, something catastrophic is going to happen again. The fool said, when I go back to Mexico. And then he said, no, I was just playing. I'm going to go with option A. That you really do feel that way. Anybody that's held on to this channel long enough or knows or has been on my channel, they know about me, right? Because at first I went crazy and I was just talking all kinds of shit, right? Now stop chasing that. I stopped chasing that kind of a breath. I saw what it was doing to me and I was like, damn, fool, that's not you, man. You gotta chill out. Don't let that shit blow your vibe up. Everything is vibrating, guys. Everything is moving. Everything. Think about that shit. Think about it, man. You put a house permanently affixed in a location. then it starts to break apart. Anybody that owns a house, anybody that knows about construction and all this shit and maintenance that goes into upkeep in a building knows that shit just breaks and you're just like, damn, because everything is moving, man. Everything. Did anybody look up what an atom was? The first known photograph of what an atom looks like? Have you ever seen that? And everything is made up of atoms. It's moving, man. It's exploding. And you can't see that the division where it comes from. 3 guys met up at a bar and then they all went in separate directions. That's policey, man. That's fucking cop-like. They all meet up in one thing and then they all going. You got to look at people's behaviors. Watch what they do. I saw that in a spy movie one time. They label it as fiction, guys, but it's not really fiction. It's a cosmic truth. Yeah, a couple of places in the world. I think one of them is Switzerland. They're colliding shit. They're colliding particles. And that's how they found out that we are indeed in a matrix. Because they're colliding particles. And then they found that there's a number that keeps coming up. And when they applied it to a 3-dimensional, they found out that it was an error correcting code, just like the ones they use in computers. And that it's all around us. They're letting you know. They're letting you know before the flip comes. You know? Yeah, but that's the only reason why I make fun of that guy. Because I just got this weird ass feeling that he's the police, man. You know? And he uses the one thing that everybody can hate and relate on, right? A predator that preys on children. We all agree on that one, man. Why do we all agree on that one? Because the children are our legacy. They're what keeps us. It's an instinctual human survival overdrive that we have. Protect the kids, always. It'll always be there. It'll always be ingrained in us because it's the way that we survive. Right? No more children. Guess what? No more children. What happens? The rest of us die off. That's it. It's over with. Right? How do you make the people that storm the castle a smaller ball to control? You tell them that they're going to overpopulate the world. While all the rich trillionaire families have hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people in their family. So yeah, it's easy to use that mental mechanism to persuade you. Right? Because everyone suppresses the darkness in them. You suppress it. You're taught to be that way, to suppress that. Some of the books that I've been reading say that you should know it. That way you don't hone in on one thing and then turn into a bigger thing. I don't know. It all could be bullshit though. But I thought for sure some of his people would come in here and talk some shit to Dave for making fun of him. The guy that joined the gang because he wanted a gangbang in prison and then made it home while he was still young enough to talk about it. Yeah. Because people that I knew that weren't cops, that were real live fucked up ass individuals, they ended up dying in there and getting life sentences in there that did that. The kind of shit that he brags and boasts on doing. They extorted a few fools and got fucking 20 years because they got this thing that's called Safe Prison Program Act. And it's a national thing to where you can't do shit like that. You can't extort somebody anymore. You will get more time. Mandatory guideline sentencing type time. If you're not the police. Now, if you're an informant or a police, well then, you can get away with whatever. And I often like to go back to the movie The Departed because it's based on real shit. What do you mean, Dave? They showed you everybody, every criminal in that fucking movie was an informant. They all worked for the government. All of them. So why do they let that kind of stuff happen, Dave? To split us up. They let those people run wild in our communities to break up our family setting with drugs and sex and, mainly just drugs and sex. So drugs and sex get you addicted to doing the drugs and sex. Then that leads to criminal behavior because you want to drug and sex it. And then to stop you or to curtail you from getting too wild, they have other motherfuckers that ride around in vehicles and they spray you with shit. They ride by a group of drug addicts and they hit them with an aerosol. Right? And they breathe it in, it gets on their skin. And then just like, damn, why is my skin itching? Oh no, it's the drugs. Or is it though? Or is it? And you would never ever believe it unless, well, one of you were actually working in that kind of a setting and know of these things that I'm talking about. Or you were just completely oblivious to it all and you said, no way. No way they would do that. I like to let my mind just go with thoughts of how they could control certain things on the low. How could they make some people stand against it by showing them actions? But that one drug won't do it. We have to mix it with something. So we'll just ride by them and spray them. Kind of like we do in a laboratory with mice and rats. And we fill their cabins with toxins and neurotoxins and hallucinogens. We do this and they breathe it in. They say that some of the fastest way you can ingest something is breathing it in. They say that people get poisoned through nasal injection. Come on, man. And you sit here and you think that it could never happen. Okay. Well, that's why I make the video up about the guy and I laugh at him because of the techniques that he's using. I see them. I see them for what they are, and they're techniques. They're mental programming techniques that he uses so that way in masse you will develop hate mechanisms. I don't want you to hate anything. You know, the Bible says everybody falls short the glory. Do I believe in the Bible? I believe the Bible is a mass hypnosis technique. And yes, there are certain truths inside of it because that's the way they got to get you to bite onto it. They give you a little bit of truth, right? So if everybody falls short the glory, they're letting you know that what? When it comes to the all, none of us are worthy. Nobody is above the next. You're all there, right there at the bottom, all the way, all the way. Your little micro steps upward doesn't make a deal of difference to someone that has, or some omnipresent thing that has created this place with water and air and food system and other shit that makes you survive on the planet Earth. A thing or an entity that has created such magnificence that you think you're above anyone else that's down here walking on like a pile of ants. Okay. That's all. Says the guy that lives in his car. Lives in his car, but not selfish enough or fearful enough to give away his two animals once he has made that commitment to care for them. They want to convict me for living in a car with two dogs. And they convict you in the sense of saying, well, you can live in there, but leaving those dogs in there while you work, that's not going to work. It's just not going to work for us. And we're going to convict you for that and call you cruel and inhumane. I think it's the exact opposite. I think it's very selflessness of me. Because the selfish person would have been like, dude, I can't do this. You know, I'm not going to make sure that their mental state of feeling loved and appreciated and feeling happy, I can't put that over me washing sheets every week. Or me dusting and sweeping and vacuuming this extra hair follicle. Or feeling itchy in my clothes because all their hair is attached to my clothes. Oh, I'm sorry. Boneless water. Yeah, I'm not listening. I'm not listening, sir. Do you need me to read? I'm not reading either. That's what people want to do. They want to hate. They want to hate. That is their predisposition. Because you were programmed to be that way since birth. You ain't even listening. I am not engaging with you. And I apologize. Baby, is that you? See? They will all leave because of how I view life. Like, this fucking dude is nuts. You need money to survive, Dave. You have to wash your ass, don't you? Washing your ass isn't free. No, it's not. What are you fucking talking about, Lily? No, you can't. You can't. It was a pretty good day from the cosmos, right? Well, if any of you have watched the channel, or the two of you, if you guys watched the channel, you'd know that Dave likes to play pickleball. And like I was struggling to find a partner, man, for the mixed doubles. And I worked on my vibration and just saying, you're going to give me a partner. I'm going to get a partner. Sure enough, got one. Do you know how to play pickleball? Thank you for the hearts. Right back at you, girl. Got one though. And the power of the meditation and the power of yourself, putting that out there and being humble enough to ask. Some people find it's hard to ask. And I get it too, because I was just like, fuck, man. There were some people I didn't want to ask, but I ended up asking anyways. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I do well in this next tournament. Of course, I do go to court. Yellow! Humsing Phyla. That's Mandarin, Dave. Oh, sorry. It's obvious that is. Well, I like to point out that you know how many times they'd offered me a plea deal? How many times they offered me a plea deal? To just plea it. Thank you for the hearts, baby. For the plea deal to just be pled out, right? They did that 3 fucking times. And on the 4th time, the lady that was actually in charge of my case, so she said, well, why do you think your case should be dismissed? And I should have went in point by point why, but I didn't. I was just like, because you guys, I'm thinking in my brain that they're actually reading through the case. She didn't read through the case until recently, until she saw how many times we've been put off. She knows that she has to get it together. And when she read it, she immediately dropped the charges. So, I'm excited for the week after the tournament. So that should be a cool thing. It's like, even if I don't win, I'm still excited about the week after the tournament. No, for real. Because there's going to be some shit going on that I can't really talk about right now. Because, well, the masses are right here. My boy went and bought him a tool set from Wallyville. I see you, Vato, with the big old toolbox. He got a toolbox. He's finna do some motherfucking work. All right, babe. You're the only one in here, so I might as well just call you. Oh no, I put your number out there. Ah, fuck, babe. I put your number out there, babe. There, I hung up. I called you though. Hold on, I gotta read this one. Michael's Bruner. He got mad because I made fun of the short guy. The short guy is funny, dude. Don't get mad. We make fun of everybody, nigga. Uh-oh, Parkside Fresno Bulldogs. Who's that? Huh? Who that he? Nah, for real.
At 80, I did it 6 years old because I'd been working on it, perhaps from a past life. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm crazy or this reincarnation or anything.
Yeah, you are. That's exactly what you're fucking saying. He's exactly saying that as time progresses, the energy that made you finds a different source of output. But people won't believe these kinds of things because it's hard to believe it unless it was being taught to you from childhood. Right? If it was being taught to you from childhood, then you totally could believe it. Now, for real. They're like, oh, this dude's talking about hard drugs and sex. It's a ritual. You don't have to believe Dave. Just gotta try it one time. And your mind is going to explode. My Lee. Lily. Come here, fatty. All you have to do is try it once. And you'll find out the reason people are scared to try shit. I know why I found out why people were so scared to try shit. I talked with these people. And one of their main fears, the very top fear that everybody had from, a fear of trying things, they were scared that they were going to like it too much. Nah. were afraid they were gonna like it too much, Dave? Yep. That's what they said. That's what they said. They said, what happens if I like it too much? Oh, fuck, man. Okay. Now I can take these gloves off. No, I love you. More. What are you doing? Let's stop this.